Good afternoon, everyone. This is our 7 o'clock Rainbow Support Live on Fridays at 7 p.m. We are the Rainbow Support Group, or representatives of the Rainbow Support Group. You can find us at www.rainbowsupportgroupsc.com. And we also have three Facebook pages. We got 2 pages and 1 group on Facebook, and we've also got our Charleston chapter. You can find us there. If you need any contact for any support, please reach out. You can find us on Facebook and as well at our website. There are contact links on there, and all of our board members have contact on there. Tonight, what we're doing is we're doing our trans coordinator department, our M to F department, has decided to do a live about the safety in being trans. And I love this topic, and I think we all need to listen to them. So, okay, ladies, take it away.
Hi there. My name is Kilara Ann Bagwell. I am a male to female transgender woman. I am honored to be working with Kim and Tessa here, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. I am also a transgender male to female coordinator with the Rainbow Support Group SC here in the upstate.
And I am Tessa J, and I am the other trans coordinator, male to female, for the Rainbow Support Group SC upstate. And we want to talk to y'all tonight about safety. And one of our things that we was wanting to mention is having a contact plan. And when I say having a contact plan, I mean having someone, like say you're going out to meet someone for the first time. You want to have a contact plan, like have a person. Sorry, I'm trying to keep her occupied, and she's throwing crowns at me. Sorry about that.
We understand. We get that. Welcome to doing everything from home with the kids. It's good.
You cannot be paid while you're up there color, and then you can come up here and sit down.
All right. But one of the things is having a person that knows where you're going and that you can text and have, so if anything does go wrong, you can have a safe word set up. So you can maybe text this safe word to them, and they will know to send help to you.
That's very true. Even texting that safe word to somebody can be the difference between life and death. And I don't like to get into death, but it is part of life. And we need, above all, to have a safety plan in the forefront of our heads, in our minds. Their safety should be first and foremost. It's the only way. And the password and a contact plan should be like your right arm. They'll know where you're at, what time you should be leaving there, and when you should be coming home or going to your home. They don't necessarily have to be inside your home. Just someone you trust enough who is going to answer that phone call or answer that text.
And knows that you're going. Yeah, and knows that if you call, so they'll be watching their phone. And this stuff right here is so super important. It sounds super easy, but we are talking about life and death. Somebody I talked to the other day made a point that being gay is one thing nowadays, but being trans is a whole different level, okay? And that right now, trans people in our community have a bullseye on their back, legally wise, in safety wise. I mean, and then we get into, David showed us a statistic, 98% of all of the trans deaths that have occurred have been our Black trans women. Yes. This is something that we need to take very seriously. I love that you guys are doing this for the safety. I just want to, go back over what you guys said so far. I love the idea of letting somebody know when you're going somewhere. a pride event, going to a bar, going to the store, going to wherever, and then they just know you're going. Also getting a safe word, a word or something, a conversation that I wouldn't normally have. Like I could, if I was a trans person and doing this, I could call and say, okay, if I start talking about having babies, to come get me, because Kim Williams doesn't want to have no babies, and we all know that. So if I started talking about having babies and going to the doctor, you guys would be like, something's wrong. We need to get to Kim now. I think that safety idea, letting somebody know where you're going, I think that's awesome for safety.
Or even,
I know Tessa disappeared, but you keep going.
or even with that premise, somebody to actually check on you at a certain time. And with certain words, you can actually say everything's good, and nobody's going to think otherwise, because it's good to have that plan, and it tells somebody else this person is watching out for themselves. They're looking out to make sure that nothing happens to them and possibly the people around them. So that speaks volumes about a person's knowledge of what this world is about now. So.
And it's terrible. It's terrible. I hate talking about the bad shit. I hate talking about the bad shit.
No,
I do.
I don't look through rose-colored glasses. I see the world as it is.
Right, and I do too. And I don't mean to judge, because I'm not, because I was a promoter for drag, and everybody that's dealt with me knows what a pit bull I am. I know where we're going when we're dressed up. I know the back door. I know the bar owner. If it's not safe and I don't feel that it's safe, my drag performers weren't allowed to go.
That's right.
So being safe, I think, is something that we do. But I think the trans community needs to step it up a notch. And I think that we all need to become more vigilant. In Charlotte and, recently we've had deaths occur because of trans hate. You can say it's just a bad human, or you can say whatever. However, it comes down to trans lives. Right. And Black trans lives. And it's very important that we all watch out for each other. So Kylora, I want you to keep going, even though we've lost Tessa temporarily, because this is good stuff.
The second thing is know where you're going. I hate to use a military term, but recon it. You can actually look up places online, look up what the remarks are about where you're going. When you do get there, first thing you should do is map it out in your brain where the exits are at, whether it's a bar, a store, a mall. Some malls even have maps so that you know where you're at. So know completely where you're at, and don't have blinders on, because there's everybody around you. You have to be vigilant about your security, because no one else is going to do it for you, even in a group. So some establishments are friendly. Some malls are friendly to transgender men and women. But we find that mostly transgendered women have more problems everywhere than anybody. Bathrooms. We have the biggest problem with bathrooms. Stores, they've got a stigma about us. And it's sad, because you can't go to the restroom that you want to go to. And if you got to go into the other restroom, you look at everybody and they're looking at you, and it's so nerve-wracking. And I'm not embarrassed to be myself. I don't care.
Right.
But somebody else over here is going to be like, what are you doing in here? You don't belong here. And that's the key phrase. You don't belong. I'm different. And that's where, now I actually said it a couple of times. I belong here just as much as anybody else does. I have to use the potty. So, but a lot of places are accepting, some are not. And when we find the ones that are not, hey, post it online, find them and post it. Hey, those reviews go a long way to changing people's minds about where to go. Period.
But stay safe. And Callie just posted, I want to take a minute. Callie just posted in Charleston. She's our new Charleston director. She says there's safe place signs in businesses that will help protect those in an emergency situation. So just like they said, when you're doing recon and you're trying to find out where it's safe to go, always pay attention to the safe. I know that QT here in Spartanburg is a safety place.
Yes.
You can go there if you're in trouble. Yes. Thank you, Callie, for that. Yes, and Chris, Kylora's husband, said, learn if the place has a family bathroom as well, to know that before you go, and you can look those up. That way you're not guessing once you get there.
Yeah, Walmart's great about having the family restroom. They're so wonderful about that. Hey, Miss Tessa, glad to have you back.
Hi, Tessa. Uh-oh, can't hear you.
Muted. She's still
muted.
We'll get.
Remember, this is the rainbow, and we always do everything messed up. Tessa, we can't hear you. No, can't hear you.
Hey, Tessa, you're going to have to go out and come back in because you disconnected your mic.
Okay. See, look, that's why we have a broadcasting guy. Did y'all see that? Did you see how cool that was? Did you see David pop in from the back studio, come back on, handle stuff? Yeah, we uptown now.
When you meet somebody online and you've been emailing and texting back and forth, and it eventually moves to phone, and you're texting on the phone or you're talking with them and they finally want to meet you. Whether it's in your profile or not, you should be up front. Let them know, I am a transgendered woman, meaning I was born male, but I'm transitioning over to female. It is their choice to pursue a relationship with somebody like us. It's not our choice. And that's not giving power to somebody. It's letting them know, hey, this is what I am. If you can't deal with it, then we need to go our separate ways. Period. I have been there, done that, and I didn't want the t-shirt.
Right.
Yeah, some people are just not ready for this type of relationship. It's a different type of relationship. And I find that when you do find somebody that is actually ready for that type of relationship, they're in it, they jump in 2 feet, 100%. And there's some that just can't handle it. So been there, and I love my better half. He's opposite of me, and he's female to male, but awesome. Just absolutely awesome. Let's see.
But until you get there, you can't assume that everybody understands.
You cannot.
And it's terrible. Like, I was so offended by the things you were saying, like, you're not normal and this kind of a relationship and whatever. And I just got my feelings hurt. And what I have to remember is those are true statements, and they hurt me, because to me, you're very normal and I love you very much. But I know, and the world does see us differently. And that just makes me sad. I hope that through education, we can teach the world about how normal trans is. Okay. And that there's nothing wrong with it. But until we do that, until we educate more, the things you're talking about are vital that we talk about. Yes. And I thank both of you. I thank both of you for bringing this up. This is your very first live. This is super important. This is super important. Okay, now I'll quit bothering you.
From our perspective, mine, Tessa's, and yours, we are normal. And we have to let other people outside our community, hey, we're not alien. We're just like you. We just love
like.
just like. We're
just like ain't no different. Just birth defects, just things they want to change. I mean, hell, if I could get a boob job, I'd do that too. So I don't see there's any difference. I don't see that we're just people.
That's one of the reasons why I transitioned. My dysphoria was horrible. I could not stand my body, and I did go on hormones. I went to change my body, and that's what it's about, is changing into who you want to be. It's living a true and positive life.
Right.
As true to yourself as you can be. And 100%. Are you back with us, young lady? No voice.
We still have no voice.
No voice.
No voice.
All right. One thing I do want to do is, we have a huge suicide rate in the transgender community.
Yes.
Yes. Please, there's hotlines for suicide, depression, just somebody to talk to. Please make those phone calls. We have them here. We have on the website, do we not? I think we do. Do we not? They have links to hotlines on our website. Please take advantage of it. We
post often.
Yeah, we want you around. Don't leave us. Suicide is not an option. It's just not. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Period.
When I talk to people about suicides, I say they don't want to die. They just want the pain to stop. There's a difference. Yep. They don't want to die. They just want the pain to stop. So if we can come together, then we can help people to see that you can make it through anything. You can. You know what though? You missed something in your section up here that I love what you said in your notes. In your notes, you said, this goes back to when you're meeting someone. Okay. And the point that they made in their notes is, this is to keep yourself safe above all, because they sounded like real anal rules. Okay. But it's just to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And the other thing they said was, I put it in quotes, is living in stealth can be dangerous. Okay. If you're not letting people know that you're trans, or you're not open to letting people know you're trans, you could end up in a situation that you might not be able to get out of. Yep. So I like their attitude of letting people know. And then their last one in that thing was, always meet somebody in a public place and in an open environment. And I love that one. Yes. Okay. You wouldn't think about it. Okay. We're just going to get together for drinks. Who cares? No, we're going to get together over here first, where it's public and where it's open. Right. And then if I trust you and you know who I am and it's safe for me, then we can go to something else. I like that. So I wanted to make sure that we didn't miss that, because you guys are hitting some really great points.
I believe we have gotten everything fixed, because everyone can. Am I heard? Okay, I had to go all around the house.
Right. Right. Welcome to the Rainbow, Tessa. We only take technical difficulties. I'm sorry.
Well, I did want to go back. I know I was having technical difficulties, so I missed where y'all was talking about. Where you're going. And wasn't sure if we mentioned parking is included in that. Remember,
yes,
where you park.
Remember where you're parked. That can play on your location. Be aware of where you're at.
Right. So I was wanting to go back and add that in there and mention that remember where you park so you can get to your car quickly.
An easy access out. Yes, most definitely.
Right. Yes.
With our world, especially the way it is right now, the hotlines that we've been mentioning, even domestic violence is up. I've seen the result of that. I've unfortunately I had to set a jury for that, and it's a horrible thing. But it doesn't. In domestic violence is not always between a man and a woman.
And that's interesting. I'm glad you brought that up, because my whole time I was thinking it was just between a man and a woman, and you had to be married.
No,
Yeah.
It can be between a man and a man, a woman and a woman. Domestic violence is anything under the roof, and we've got to just. It needs to stop. We've got to work to stop it. And to do that, people have to get in touch with the hotlines. Take advantage of them. That's what they're there for.
Callie had another suggestion from Charleston. She said, map apps your location and send it to a friend of yours. How cool. Welcome to technology. Thanks, Callie. No, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, you can.
My mom always told me to take a quarter with me. Do you know why? For the payphone. Yep. Right, but y'all don't even have those anymore. No, so map app your friends your location, and that is an excellent thing to do. Excellent thing to do. Of course, I wouldn't have suggested that. I'm not cool.
Yep.
Go, Callie.
So, group outings. And if you're going with a group, if you're going to a pride or going to a mall, or as a group, go to a bar. It doesn't matter. You go together. You arrive there together. You leave there together. Don't be called off from the crowd. It's because they're looking for somebody to get separated from the group. Know the rules of the group when you're going.
Right. I'm glad that you brought that up, how easy it is to get pulled away from the group, and that can happen. That actually brings us to one of our other points, to have a designated, like a dorm mom,
or a wing woman, or a wing
that
man.
would be me.
Yeah. Our wing woman. And that's, it's like your designated driver have you, the person that makes sure if someone does come up and just tries to get you away from the crowd, they're like, hey, and they latch on and they go with
me.
And
yes.
and absorb it. Kind of like keeping roll call, making sure everyone's there and saying, okay, you're here. Good.
Now, on top of that, if you do have to separate yourself from the crowd itself, like facilitate to yourself, go to the restroom, grab one of them and go with you. Safety in numbers, it always helps to have your wing person with you. They can actually save your life and keep you out of trouble. Somebody makes you mad, they can be there to stop you from doing something stupid.
Right? Which is important. And I know this. Megan Stanzel, she was there for me. Okay. Everybody knew I was going to get mad. We can't get mad. Right. We can't get mad. We can't afford it. No. And just like when Kylora and Tess and I were talking the other day, and I think you have it down here somewhere. If there's trouble, get away from it. Yes. Okay. I know that sounds like a wimpy thing to do, but it's not. It's protecting you. And as a trans person, the rules are not the same.
Nope.
So if there's trouble in a bar, in the mall, near you, whatever, get the hell away from it. Okay. Try to avoid it at all costs.
As a transgendered woman, self-preservation has always been at the top and forefront of my mind. Me, my family, I just, if I see problems, I'm going to try to get away from it. It's not worth it. It really isn't.
No, because it could be your life.
Yes.
I hate to say that. Okay. It could be your life. And I'm not talking, which doesn't, it's just as horrible. You know, not being punched in the face. I mean, it could be your life. Okay, so no, we're not messing around with this. This is a great life. This is a great life. I love this.
I mean, Tessa was talking the other day, you know, if you get into a verbal altercation with somebody, and some people are easily drawn into that type of altercation where it's just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it's not worth it, because then verbal becomes physical. And when it becomes physical, that can cost you time, big time. And instead, it's better just to walk away. It's a better person that can walk away from an argument like that. It's so much better.
Yeah, it does. And it does take a lot of strength to be able to and be like, okay, I know we're not going to come to an agreement here. Let me go on. And it's safer.
Yes.
Any argument or pride is not really worth your life.
But whatever you do, don't move yourself to a secluded area. Stay in a public area, or have somebody walk you out. Have management have somebody walk you out to your car so that you're safe to leave.
Right.
I've seen so many girls get into just a dark area of a bar, and they're just there, and that's the wrong thing. They wind up getting in bad situations.
Yes, and I would also like to point out the fact, unfortunately, even if you follow all the precautions that you can, you know, unfortunately, there might become a chance where even if you do say you go and meet someone and you are honest with them up front and you're not trying to be stealth, you're trying to be honest. Unfortunately, they might say, okay, that's cool, you know, and then you meet up and their opinion changes, their mind, they decide that they're not okay.
Yeah, they just can't handle us, honey.
They can't handle that. Well, you know, that's when times like that, you know, that's when you'll get up and try to walk away.
True.
And but always stay in, you know, around where it's not secluded. And if all else fails, make a scene.
Yep.
You know, get loud. Bring attention to yourself. The reason I say that is because the more people, the more noise you make, that are watching. Sorry, I'm stumbling up over here. Okay. More people that are watching, the less likely it would be for. No one likes attention. In other words.
Yeah, nobody likes.
I've heard that right.
Nobody making trouble likes an audience.
Right. There you go. Took the words right out of my mouth. I just couldn't relay it from my head to get it out. It won't work. So.
And that moves us to one of the larger issues, and that we have problems, or some people say we have problems. You don't make a problem unless you make it for yourself. And that's dealing with officers of the law, period. If you are dealing with a police officer, tell them, let them know, hey, this is my birth name, but I go by my case, Kilara. That's the name that I go by. My pronouns are she, her, and then explain what's happened, because I have seen so many misunderstood women and some transgendered men get into all kinds of trouble. And these police officers are not looking for something bad to happen, especially when they're dealing with a transgendered person. But we do have a habit of making things explode. I've seen it. And we need to approach with a calmer mind. Yeah, somebody may have upset us. There may have been an altercation. But when we're dealing with an official, We need to take a step back, explain to them, one, who we are and what's happened.
And that's all nice for politically correct, Kylora. And then I get to say,
go ahead.
Y'all need to stand down when it comes to the cops. You don't know. It could be an understanding cop. It might not be an understanding cop, but at that point they have power. Okay, remember, the most violation to our trans community is our Black trans community. We've seen from the news that this is not a safe place, okay? Not a safe place. When dealing with the police, be extra super careful. Make sure, like Kylora said, that they're aware, because you're going to hand them a driver's license. Your name might not be changed yet. It might say you're a male, but there you are dressed like a female. They might not get it. Before you hand the driver's license, you need to say, I want to bring it to your attention. This is who I am. I'm just transgender and my name hasn't been changed yet. Okay. Very factual and not confrontational or nothing. I think we do need to protect ourselves. I would like to say to you that all police are great, but I can't say that to you. So I have to tell you to be careful and to prepare for a plan B. Stand down. Don't be rude. Make sure they're aware. I like what you said, Kylora. I want to trust everybody, but Jade said it in here too. I trust no one the older I get.
Yep.
Okay, make sure you're watching your back. It sounds terrible to say that, but it's a reality.
But it's the
truth.
truth.
A reality that'll save your lives. Okay, there, David put it on there. Trust no one, you'll live longer. Sorry, Jade, that's so true. I know, and it's sad that we say that, but it's true.
Yep, it can be.
I would like to also point out, you know, the world isn't all as bad. It is getting better. You know, just 50 years ago was the first Pride, the Stonewall Riot.
Stonewall riots.
And that was just 50 years ago. Just look at how much has changed. Yes, we do have a long way to go, but look, the LGBT can get married now. Gay marriage is now legal. You know, that is awesome.
Amen.
You know, there are things that are coming to that even 10 years ago would be unheard of. So it is getting a lot better, you know, out there. And it is getting better for our people. They're like sensitivity training for police officers. That's actually becoming a thing, you know, and that's awesome.
It is.
That officers are taking time out of their day to go and learn about how to handle with our community. You know, 5 years ago, that would have been something unheard of, you know, but it's happening.
Right.
You know,
there is progress. There is progress. I mean, there is hope.
I know that Spartanburg, all officers are required to go through a sensitivity course now. Period. Nice. And they are so much better than what they were 20 years ago. Up until the Stonewall riots, for being gay, you could be killed.
Yes.
You could be put to death. And that's to me, that's just unheard of. Why? That people were just bad, and it was a bad world. And there are some bad aspects of this world now, but we are here to make it better, and we are. But it takes day by day influencing everybody else around us. Period.
And together we can change the world.
Together we do change the world.
We do change the world.
Yes, we do. You changed mine.
I would also like to point out something that I just learned. Kim, you just told me this information. The actual person that actually started the riot and said, you know, we had enough, no more, was a trans woman.
Yeah.
You know,
sure was.
Who started. Yeah. So that shows how powerful the trans community is. and
And a
how
lot
much
of people forget that, and I get mad. That's why we started talking about it that day. A lot of people right now, trans are under a big microscope. However, the entire LGBT movement, it has started because of trans women who had had enough. Okay, they had had enough. So when all my life, I've been very devoted to the drag community. I'm very devoted to the trans community. There's a reason why. I have ultimate respect, and I totally look up to and understand the plight of these people and the struggle that they've been in. I talked to Jason Law out in Colorado the other day, and he made a comment that was beautiful. If you know an LGBT person that's 35 years or older, you've actually met a survivor. Being LGBT, prior to that, you could have been killed. You could have easily, and we didn't have it like now. Like, yes, we can get killed now, but before nobody could know. Like, see my rainbow flag? That would not be flying. Okay, you couldn't tell anybody. Okay, so when I heard that, it really made, if you know an LGBT person who's over 35 years old, you are looking at a survivor.
Yes.
And for real, for real. So Tessa, you are correct. Courage, strength, and hope. We have made strides crazy. Now, I feel guilty because I heard you say that as a trans woman. And we know that laws have been passed for the LGB.
Yeah.
But no laws are really being passed for the T part. And that's what we need to work for. Education is key. We need to bring trans issues to the forefront. We need to make sure we teach safety. We're also talking in the future about doing some, when we can touch each other again, doing some physical safety training. Like going to a dojo and learning some moves, okay? Because it is so important to do that. I think that this topic is beautiful. I hope you guys touch on it again in a future live. Some more techniques that we could use. I think bringing it to everybody's attention to be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your friends, be aware, make them aware you're going out, making your partners aware that you're trans, bringing safety to the forefront. I think the key word here is aware.
Yep.
Be aware. That's what my takeaway from all of this is.
Be aware of it all around you, people, yourself. One thing that I want to mention about safety, it has to be in the forefront of our mind, but it doesn't mean we cannot have fun the way we want it.
Right.
We are here to enjoy ourselves.
Yes.
We're made to be sociable. I am a social butterfly myself. I love meeting people. We also should have our safety in mind. And that's just the way that we're made. So, with everything that's been going on, yes, safety above everything. Because if you're not safe with everything, it's just going to end. Period. And I don't want to see it end. I want to be around here for a very long time.
Me too. So Tessa, what else you got to say, baby?
Well, I just really want to emphasize the importance of I really feel like I want to talk to the younger trends who are new, because I know personally myself, I have that mentality of I can do what I want. I know what's good for me. I'm going to go and not worry about following these tips and not look out if anyone tries to. I just want to emphasize, please don't go out and not take these safety tips seriously, because it is very important. I just really want to emphasize the importance of that, because I know, speaking from experience,
it's worth it practicing a little safety every once in a while. It is.
Yes.
I am an old lady, and I didn't get this way being dumb. There's things that we learn over the years. If we're giving you advice, please use it. I want to be used in that way. If I can help somebody get over some of the hurdles that I had to face, there is always an easier way to do things. Our young transgender girls, please hit us up. We got advice. We're brimming with it. We would love to help you. Doctors, everything. Where to find these doctors who can actually help us and do it right. Don't self-medicate. Find a doctor. Find a therapist, because get it done right. That's the biggest thing. I did the self-medication for a while, but I found me a doctor, and it makes a world of difference.
And not only that, the Rainbow does not allow any trans person to discuss medication with us unless you're under a doctor's care.
That's right.
We found out that, which, education is key. So I'm here to pass it on to you. When these people are taking estrogen and they're taking testosterone, they're actually physically changing their bodies. This is pressure on their hearts, on their livers, on their kidneys, on their brains, on the actual cells in their body. It is not a game. In order to take medication, we do not recommend, we will not talk to you about it, we will not counsel you in self-medication. You must be under a doctor's care for your health safety. Okay, so yes, I wanted to come in there with a little, the Rainbow don't do that self-medication.
Yes. Amen. We know doctors.
Yep.
We can send you to the right ones. Don't play around with this. There's even if you go on hormones, you have to know the risks. And there are risks. But there are ways of doing this the right way, the correct way.
There is a healthy way.
Yes.
And then you can thrive and survive.
Amen.
And then you can do all the things you want to do.
Absolutely.
Yes, Jerry, I know your comment. Yes, Mocha and I were involved in a incident with some fire people, and we hear that trans and LGBT are not always taken care of at the correct capacity that they should be.
No.
What we're here to do is to educate people to know that this is a reality. It's not in your head. And we think that safety is key in that instance. I've heard it as well. I've seen videos, Sherry. I've seen videos of the most horrible shit of professional people, okay, people that we count on in our emergency services departments. And it's just terrible. So you always have to be prepared for the ugly. Be prepared for the ugly. And just take care of yourself, because it is out there. It is out there, and it is out there in our current everyday world. Don't think that it's just some redneck in the top of some mountain somewhere. No, it's right there in your town. It's right there in your store. It is right there in your ambulance. It is right there. It is right there. And so always have a plan B. Always try to keep it positive, but safety is number one. And girls, I want to say you guys rock for this. I want the boys to do one on boy safety. I think the trans community really needs to really watch for their safety. So I love this. Absolutely. And David, you look like a rock star coming in there like that.
Give us just a second, everyone. We have a special guest that wants to join us. So give me just a second. I am sending them an invite to join us on our live stream. So bear with us just a minute while they pop in. But I just wanted to jump in and throw my 2 cents worth in as well. Whether you're trans, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're bi, these are important tips for anyone.
Yes.
Yeah. Important for anyone. These are common sense things. So please take it to heart. Always go out with a group. Always have a safety contact, because you never know what can happen. Years ago, I was standing literal feet from someone outside the castle in Greenville when they got shot and killed in a drive-by shooting. So you have to be aware of your surroundings. You have to keep safety in the forefront of your mind. So that, that's my 2 cents worth. Whether you're gay or trans, be safety minded.
Well, it pays to have a safety plan, period. Not just be safe, but have a plan in place. Even if it's just in your mind, it's there, because it can save your life and others around you.
Yeah.
So who's coming, David?
Well, we've got a special surprise guest. It's going to take them just a minute to load up the link
excited
here.
for us.
Oh,
I know it's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. They just got the link, so it'll take just a minute for them to load into our studio here. Right, drum roll, everyone. They'll be here in just a minute, hopefully. Okay. But again, guys, we're here for you 24/7. You can reach out to us anytime. You can reach out through our Facebook pages. You can reach out through our website. On our website is a telephone number you can call. When you call, Kim Williams will pick up the telephone and say, hey, what's going on? You can, on our website, every one of our board members has an email address that you can email privately if you don't want to, contact us through Facebook. So don't be afraid to contact us at all. We are based on confidentiality. What you tell us goes no further whatsoever.
Yep. Yeah, I check my emails every night. It's religious.
Right. Now we're all trained. We're all trained now. But yes, please reach out if you need to, and we're all here.
Let's say hello to our special guest. Everyone, welcome Princess Mocha to the stream.
Oh, wow. Hi, Princess Mocha.
Hi, Mocha.
Hello. How are you?
How's everyone doing?
Oh.
How are you?
It's a beautiful
day.
day.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Still going crazy.
Yes, I know. Did you see except for South Carolina is acting like it's all normal now?
It's not.
It's not. It's not.
It's very far
and we
away.
Keep having lovely weather.
Yes, I've heard. Did you hear their live? Did you like it?
I did. I was about to say thank you both for doing this. I know that it does get nervous whenever we have the idea of streaming live for anybody. I still get nervous with our lives that we do. So I know it takes a lot to sit here.
I enjoy it.
What'd you say?
I absolutely enjoy it. I'm not nervous.
She's our clown.
I absolutely enjoy
very good. I liked it, and I think you gave a lot of inspiring content for the people that got to watch that are just meeting us for the first time, as well as had a few things that people that have known us for a while are actually learning now. And thank you to both of you for doing this. So.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you. Princess Mocha, you've had to deal with safety in your drag career and whatnot. Did you have anything to add to what they talked about as far as safety goes?
I heard a little bit, Kylora was saying to be observant, and it really does pay to be observant. That's what has kept us on our toes this whole time, even just walking, even at Pride, I might not be able to see certain things. So in order to be more cautious, Kim, sometimes you're more observant than I am at times. So you also set backup plans. If one thing fails, you have another thing set in case, so you're still kept safe at the end of the day. So, because it's a lot, and anything can happen in any given moment.
Yep.
So you always have to be observant and then be prepared.
Be prepared. Be aware.
Yep. So
now we do have our live coming up on Tuesday. I want to let everybody know. Don't forget about the live on Tuesday for our meeting. If anybody has any topics you want us to cover, me and Mocha, we just kind of wing it, okay? And then we kind of play around. But if you guys have something you want us to talk about, apparently there's issues that are coming up that we really need to address. So let us know what you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it on Tuesday.
Cool.
Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Is there anything else you girls want to say? It's almost time for us to go.
It has been
Also, I would like to add and ask the audience for some suggestions, some things that they might like us to talk about.
Yes.
Maybe some questions they have for us, or maybe some tips on certain things. Ask. And if I don't know the answer, I will be willing to find it for you. We have a humongous support group.
We do.
So all the time I'm seeing people saying, hey, I need someone that have ideas for this. And we have people normally within about 15 minutes to an hour with the end result,
Absolutely.
I'm seeing. So, but just any tips that you would like us to touch on, or any subject you'd like us to touch on, just leave in a comment. We do go back and read the comments, and or you can email us as
so
well.
if you guys have any comments on any safety ideas you might have, you can put them in the comments. If you have anything you want the girls to do research on for their next live next month, that would be fine. Just like Tessa said, we do go back and look at these because people post comments at different times. And so we go back to catch those comments. If you think, however, that we have not seen your comment and you want us to see your comment, make sure that you message us on Facebook. You can message us privately to our own private pages. You can message us in the groups. You can even put it in the rainbow thing. Hey, David, I needed to ask you a question. And then David will contact you back. Hey, Kim, I wanted to check out. And then I'll call you back. Always touch base. Let us know that you need us and what you want us to talk about. We are here for you. Okay. You're not here for us. We are here for you. So we can only provide to you what you want us to tell you. But this safety shit was great.
Thank you.
And the binder thing last week was great. Okay, a lot of people don't think about giving your body a rest when you're a trans boy. Okay, it's to keep the binder on, keep the binder on, keep the binder on. Okay, that's the goal. You don't care if you're hot, you don't care if you're tired, you don't care. They brought it to the point that during this quarantine, which is making everybody crazy, now would be the time to take it off. Now would be the time to give your body a rest. That right there is topics people don't talk about. I think the boys were great bringing that to the forefront. So yeah, if you've got us wanting a topic coming up, and we've also got another live coming up soon. Next week, our Friday live will be Callie out of Charleston. The following week after that will be Piedmont Care, and we're going to talk about HIV and STIs. We're really super excited about that. Keep an eye on our Friday, 7 p.m. And don't forget this coming Tuesday. Now we're going to send a note out to our email list. Please make sure if you want to be on our email list, you go to our website and you let us know. We're going to put a blast out there about the meeting on Tuesday and our upcoming lives on Friday. But we're here for you. If you need us, let us know.
Thank you.
Right.
We have absolutely enjoyed this.
I did too.
Ladies, thank you so much for this great information that you've presented to us. This is things that we just don't think about in our everyday lives. So it's great to have that reminder that safety and education is key. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, please like and follow us on Facebook so you'll get notifications when we do go live. Again, if you want to get added to our email list, it is there on the screen how you can get added. And we love each and every one of you. As Kim said, we're here for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out. But guys, we love you so much, and we're going to say goodbye for now, and we will see you all Tuesday at 7 o'clock for our monthly meeting. Thank you so much, everybody. And have a great night.
Much love all.
Much love.